dries, braiding, updos, nails, makeup, facials, waxings.
The program overall has been a huge impact on my life personally. The teacher here, she is amazing, a great inspiration for everyone. We work on so many different things. So in level 1, it's all the basics of the hair, manicures, pedicures, facials, waxing. It's all the basics that you need to learn just for everyday skills. And then in level 2, we go deeper into cutting, hair coloring, and then we kind of get to focus on what we really like. So I know I enjoy facials and makeup and nails, so I really get to put a lot of my effort and time into that stuff. So we all kind of have more of flexibility, but more of just what do we really enjoy and how can we improve our skills better for the future.
We focus on hair, skin, and nails. So we have a level 1 and a level 2, and it's accessible for sophomores, juniors, and seniors. And what it is an application that they apply for the position here, and we go through everything that you can get your hands into with hair, as far as long hair design, braiding, blow drying, scalp treatments. A really big unit that we spend a good chunk of time is infection control, and we continue that throughout our entirety of the program because it's one of the state board recommendations. It's one of the most important pieces to what we're doing working with the public. And we go through nails, so we do basic manicures. In level 2, we do shellac, we do pedicures, we do waxing, we do facials. And so it really gives a good grasp for students of what they might see going into a post-secondary education. When they get to level 2, they're able to work on haircuts. So we go through 26 different haircut combinations. And then we also go through a short clip with men's haircutting, and then we go through hair color. So that's a lot of fun for the students, and usually their biggest main goal is how can I get to level 2 now and get to experience the live color and work with real product. So infection control is really designed to keep yourself and the guests safe and sanitary throughout the entirety of the service. And so we focus on, first of all, letting the kids know and understand that there's, we assume that every guest is contagious or every guest is going to have something, just so that they are programmed to think and to practice safety measures when they're working with that guest. So that might include, if someone were to have ringworm and I used the same cape on everybody with nothing as a barrier in between, I could potentially be spreading that to the public that I'm working with in whatever community that was. And so we really have to be strong and dedicated to best practices in the salon area or the environment. All of our students take a barbicide certification, and so when they're done our program, they are barbicide certified to use the hospital grade disinfectant. It's EPA registered, and that's what the state recommends you use. So that's getting rid of viruses, parasites, funguses, and any bacteria that might live on the surfaces or on the tools that we're using with guests on a constant basis. So I think it's really eye-opening for students. We show lots of video clips and we go through a lot of material of something as simple as when you're in the mall and someone's applying makeup to you, do you know if they are certified in barbicide or another brand that was hospital grade disinfectant? Are they using the same tool on everyone? And so we share stories like if somebody had, herpes simplex of the lip, or if they had, pink eye or something and you're using a makeup tool on that eye and then you use that same tool on another guest without being disinfected, then you could potentially be spreading, again, that bacteria to somebody else. So in level 1 and level 2, the entire time they're with me, they're always disinfecting their tools. They go through a 3-stage decontamination that they do with their tools and their stations that they work at. And that's done every day that we're on the clinic floor. So the last 15 minutes of their class time is dedicated to disinfecting their tools properly in their station. Thursdays and Fridays, we build our real time on the clinic floor or our salon time. So this is an opportunity for students to be able to work on somebody, a real live person versus the dolls. In the beginning of the year, we start off with our doll work, and maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we did the theory, and then I showed them a demo, we practiced on our doll head, and now Thursday, Friday, they can apply that information. It's also an opportunity for them to work on what they need to get signed off as far as their worksheets and what the state competencies are. they have to have a certain amount of blow dries or a certain amount of perm wraps or waxings. And so those are put into the program, and then they're allowed to practice that either on the doll or a real person Thursdays and Fridays.
Today I'm going to be working on one of my friend's hair. I'm going to be finger curling her hair, adding some product, and then for the final look I'm just going to diffuse her hair. In this program we do a lot of hair cutting, hair coloring, hair designs, updos. We do some facials, and we focus on mani-pedis too. And we also do a lot of self-love, a lot of good mindset things in theory too, so it's a good mixture of both.
We get worksheets every month, and we have like a list of things we want to complete, and we can kind of like pick and choose when we do things. So I am doing cornrows today. Then I've done a couple blow dries these past few days. I'll probably do some tomorrow, but cornrows take a long time, so that's probably all I'll be doing today.
My favorite part is definitely the braiding. I've been doing a lot of cornrows and feed-ins with extensions, and I also love just the environment of Cosmo. Like, you can literally be yourself and it's perfect here. Like, I really like it.
They love these days because they can work on each other, and it's kind of fun to be able to come to school and say, hey, can I wax your eyebrows today? Or hey, I get to get my hair done today. But it's also giving the experience of not working with that doll. So now you have to go into consultation. So we talk about, most important piece when you sit with your guest is making sure that they have a good, thorough consultation. You're asking them questions. What do they want? What do they not want? What are they looking for out of the service? Do they have any allergies? So we go through a series of forms. It is a little lengthy at first, but after 6 months of doing this, and by the time they get to level 2, they have that in them already. So it becomes second nature, which is really great when they get to post-secondary school. Not only can they take the 300 hours that they've gained working with me in the salon in high school, they can also now go ahead and take that information and the knowledge to be better skilled in whatever they're doing with their clients, which will only benefit them in the salon or the spa or barbershop. So when they leave here, they can apply 250 to 300 hours to a post-secondary school, which will knock off tuition when they go there. Tuition at post-secondary schools is done by the hour. So the fact that they've been with me for 2 years, if they decide to do level 2 as well, they'll gain all of that time, which will take away some money, and they'll graduate earlier and pay less for their tuition.
My favorite part is like having special guests come in, or like having your own guests come in, like a client, and like seeing like a client's reaction after you finish their hair. They get like so excited, or if they're having a bad day, you can cheer them up in a way, and that's what I really love about this program. But also this program is also so positive, so they will literally just boost you up, and it just makes you feel good.
We're very fortunate at Salem High School. We get to use professional product. So we use Paul Mitchell product here, Paul Mitchell color, Paul Mitchell products in the hair, Paul Mitchell tools. So we really are using the tools that the pros use in the salon.
My favorite part is definitely the teacher, Miss Ann. She's an amazing, amazing inspiration person, and she really teaches you everything that she knows. So she knows everything, and she's been through everything, so she definitely teaches us, besides hair and that kind of skills, she teaches life skills, personal growth, management, stuff like that. So it's definitely kind of getting a basis of everything and really, really learning everything that I possibly can out of this program.
There's lots of opportunity in the industry for them, and you don't have to work behind the chair full time if that's not what you desire to do. A lot of my students have gotten into just the marketing piece, where they've worked with distributors from our Paul Mitchell brand and been able to build a connection or networking opportunities for that specific brand or that company that they're working with. They could go into leadership skills, whether it be teaching or educational leadership, at a different school, director. They could also be something like platform artists, where you're actually doing work on stage, or you might be traveling. I bring in a ton of guest artists either through Zoom or in person. We just had a barber come in and do a class with our level 2s. He's a teacher and he's also a barber full-time, and he also owns his own shop. So that kind of showed them, you know, hey, there's different things you can do with this. We have another guest artist who's going to come in. She's a manager and owner of multiple franchises in the area, and so she's going to talk about what is it like owning a franchise business? How do we go about that?
In the future, I will be attending Michael's School of Hair Design in the aesthetics program, and I am going to be doing SHU online as well. And I really would like to eventually own my own business and create something that is really meaningful to me in a business and show everybody and give everybody the self-love that we need.
We had one girl that lives in New York and traveled to Africa and did braiding classes to children in Africa in a school, and then moved to New York and opened up her own salon just on braiding, extensions, hair color, and hair cutting. In November, we always go to something called the CIA. Sounds pretty, you know, intense, but it's Cosmetology in Action, and we take all the Cosmo programs from New Hampshire and we all meet at a hotel. We went to Concord this year, and it's basically like a big hair show for the students to be a part of. So they get to sit in on live demos being talked about. It could be anything from updos, color application, haircuts. One of the classes was a business class, so they talked about, you know, how do you interview well, how do you own a business, and so on and so forth. And so that's a whole day event where they have vendors, post-secondary schools are there, and all of us get to go and spend time and visit all of these different places and build that networking opportunity so that you might, you know, maybe you want to go to that post-secondary school, or maybe you didn't know that barbering school existed and now you made that connection.
So the skills competition we just competed in, and we went to Michael's School of Hair Design for a day, and I competed in the aesthetics program. So it was a facial, a daytime look, and then a fantasy makeup look.
It's a full day event. It is a little bit intense, but they were competing, you know, at state level with other state competitors for New Hampshire in the Cosmetology and Aesthetics program. And then if they win that, they have the opportunity to go to National Skills USA, which this year they're holding in Atlanta, and then you'll compete with nationally all the people in whatever program that is, whether it be cosmetology, barbering, or estheticians.
It's a really fun program. Everyone in here is so positive, like everyone's so friendly and we all get along. You can choose from nails, you can do facials, hair. There's a variety of things you can possibly do. It's not just one thing, just hair. So you can like dip your toe in like any type of thing, and you can learn what you're really good at and like what you may struggle on and like try to improve, and it's a really fun program.
At first I was very, very hesitant. I was like, oh, this is so intimidating, but when I first came in, it was like amazing. The teacher, Miss Ann, she's very welcoming. The whole class was very welcoming to me, and overall it was a great experience so far.
I was so hesitant when I started. I'm from Wyndham, so I was really scared to go to another school. I've never been in another school before, and I was terrified walking in, like, I don't know if I want to do this, I don't know. But honestly, this was the best decision I've ever made. I figured out what I want to do. If you try this program and don't like it, that's okay. You can just do level 1, know the basic skills of how to do braiding, how to do stuff like that everyone wants to know. But if you really want to do this, you'll find out what your passion is in this class and what area it is. If it's hair, if it's makeup, facial, skin, stuff like that.
I believe that you should try cosmetology if you're somebody who's interested in being creative and working with people. You're somebody who is social and artistic. We have people from all walks of life that come in here, and you could be someone who paints at home and you do beautiful work painting on nails, or doing designs on nails, or designs on faces. We go through everything with special effects makeup, where we have some people who are really into the dark, creepy, you know, gory looks, and they get to create that. We have people who are into just beautiful bridal makeup, and they can do that in here. It's a fun environment where you can be yourself and you can be exposed to a different side of life that's exciting, artistic, and creative. They can look for the program when they're signing up for classes, and they're going to apply for, first of all, level 1 cosmetology, and they're going to have to write an application which we review. And then once we review that, we go over and just start filling in seats. And it's kind of, there's a lot of factors that will go into it, of course, like attendance and grades, but we like to offer the opportunity to everybody. And then once they're completed level 1, they just apply for level 2 from there.